Oh yes. This is me. I'm back.
I would like to get to know if it could be.
Oh yes. Welcome yet again, people. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to AM KOKETSO and I am KOKETSO, obviously. Could there be anyone else? Sheesh. But yeah, so as I asked in the previous video, the video where I took a travel vlog to Johannesburg to go attend my award ceremony, I asked people whether I should record a video where I am comparing my grade 11 results and my grade 12 results and then seeing how I did it and then giving motivation to those who might need it. So yeah, that's what will be happening in this video. And yeah, this product, like, it's just a talk video, no, like, it's not too many edits and stuff. It's just going to be a video where I am talking to you from my bottom from the bottom of my heart. Yes, from the bottom of my heart. So let's get into the video, I guess. So first things first, let me start this in the form of a story time thing. So in grade 11, I wasn't achieving good marks. As I said, I wasn't achieving good marks. I just didn't have a distinction. If it happened that I did have a distinction, it's LO, life orientation, and it's only because it's an assignment or something. But other than that, like, I just didn't get any distinction whatsoever. No matter how many times I tried, how much I studied and stuff, I realized, okay, sure, firstly, I wasn't studying in the right ways, which is something I'll address in this video, right? And I didn't know how I study. I just followed the crowd. If a friend of mine told me, Guti, he or she is studying at this time of the day, this time of the night, this time of the what, and then I'd go with whatever they're saying, which is now a problem because now I implement something that doesn't really work for me, but because it works for someone else, I just sort of assume that it will work for me too. But yeah, so in grade 11, let me start with one subject that I don't really like. So maths. In grade 11, term 1, I remember there was a test that we wrote. First test, I didn't study. They're announcing marks. I got 24 out of 50. I'm like, yo. Okay, it's fine. The second test, I'm like, you know what? I'm studying. There's no way I'm going to study. I'm going to study my arse off. And I did exactly that. I studied as my sevens, and guess what I got for that test? 20 out of 50. I got 20 out of 50. I got 20 out of 50. But it's fine. I have my 20 out of 50, so it's cool. 40% better than nothing. I mean, yeah. So what happened was, like, okay, long story short, there's a particular friend of mine who I was, like, we're very, very, very close at that time. It was the time when the corona thing started. So she and I had dreams of studying in the USA, studying medicine in the United States. So now what happened was, I, for some reason, lost the focus. I can blame this thing of achieving horrible results on the fact that Bengi is Skotani. I think you all know Skotanis. Maybe I'll attach a clip of a Skotani doing something here, but copyright infringement. But it's fine. So I was doing all those stuff, Nami, and then yes, I was doing all those things, but it's fine. Very soon I found God. I found Jesus. Whatever the girl told me, it really sunk in. I was like, wow, she's really making sense. We had dreams, and now all of a sudden I've built out on those dreams. And I said, boy, you have to make a plan. Okay, so come on, you have to make a plan. You promised your mother that you will one day become a what, you will one day study medicine, you'll do this, you'll do that. And I realized this is not possible with the marks that I'm getting. So my physics, it's fine. I'm already done with school. So even if my teachers see this. So in physics, grade 11, I was always cheating. Sure. But it's fine. That was grade 11. That was grade 11. So I passed grade 11. I don't know if it's by the grace of God. It is by the grace of God, because obviously God is a real thing.
Nice.
I mean, come on. But yeah. So what happened was, with physics, I was always getting like 40s and 50s. With maths, my term 1 maths mark for grade 11. My grade 11 term 1 maths mark was 26%. I failed maths. Do you understand what I failed maths. I got 26% for math and matrix. But I had to bounce back. I was legit forced to bounce back. If I really wanted to do this medicine thing, if I wanted to be a medical doctor, I had to bounce back. Naganjani, like varsity level 26% maths. It can't be. So, like, it's countable. Never. So, okay, sure, I found God, right? Team Jesus. It's fine. Now I need to start grinding. I remember I would work very hard. Yes, I would study. Okay, I wasn't studying effectively, as I told you, but it's fine. So I'd study like every day. I would sleep such less hours, like doing maths, doing physics, doing this. And then at the end of the day, I would write a test, and there I am, 40%. Hey, I study, write a test, there I am, 50%. Hey, you write, 40% again, 60%. I remember I would strive, like, there's a girl who used to get, I would say 20, 60. She once sent me her report. That report was my wallpaper throughout my whole grade 11. I was like, I want to be like this girl. I want to get 60s. Like, 60 was the destination. But again, like, as I always tell people, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So now I was like, you know what? Let's sit down, make a plan, and see what happens, right? So I sat down, I was like, okay, KOKETSO, this is what's going to happen. The December of grade 11, which leads to grade 12, you're going to work throughout the holidays to see if there's hope. While in Tangazako, they are on top of people's roofs, on top of people's sons and stuff. What you'll be doing is studying every single day. And I made sure of that. Like, I did exactly that every day. I do that every day. And like, a few people who know me, they will tell you that the dates that are on my physics book are written 25 December, 16 December, 31 December, 1 January. Napo in Tangazami, they are grooving. But then it's fine. What I always tell people is that it'll all make sense one day. Whatever you do, keep on going. Let me see. I don't know if you can see what's written behind me here. It says here, it's my motivation. Remember your why. It's very possible. Just keep going. It'll all make sense soon. That soon is, I put it, but it'll all make sense one day. It's fine. So the only reason why, like, I just kept going and I kept doing what I was doing is because, like, you have to be disciplined. I've said this, and now I think two of my study tips, what videos. You have to always stay disciplined. It's not easy. The life that you want to live doesn't come easy. Like, it just doesn't come easy. Because one thing that I always kept telling myself is that, boy, wake up and study, because the life you want to live is too expensive to keep on sleeping. Like, you just can't. You have to keep going. Like, it's a thing of you have to. It is very compulsory. Like, it is imperative. You have to do it. Naganjan, right? So now it came to a point where, okay, mind you, on the first day of my grade 12, I was done with the whole syllabus of physics term 1. So when I got to school, I was just doing my own things. Why? This is where the YouTube thing comes in. I was getting lessons from channels which I've said before. Mlungi Sinkosi, Kevin, Med Science, Mindset. Those channels, you just need to engage yourself with YouTube, because if in class you didn't understand your teacher, YouTube is a second teacher, I tell you what. It's the teacher that you can only pay with data, subscribing, liking the videos, and that's it. Like, you don't have to pay money. Like, Yazi, sometimes you have to exploit your resources. You have resources in front of you. Most of those that have Wi-Fi don't even use it in the right way. So if you find yourself being one with Wi-Fi and all those things, use them. You won't regret yourself. The last thing you want to do is living a life where you regret not having done specific things. Like, you don't want to live a life where you are doing a job that you don't want simply because circumstances put you there. So what I kept telling myself each and every now and then is that, Koketso, it's either you spend this whole matric year suffering in order to have a whole life of luxury, or you spend your matric year in style and luxury in order to spend your whole life suffering and doing something that you don't want to do. And obviously, I chose the 1 year suffering and ever after happiness. Obviously, who wouldn't? So this all goes down to choices. It only took one choice, me choosing to study during the December holidays, dedicating myself to the work that I was doing and making sure that I understand my content. And here I am today, taking a video at varsity level, sitting in my own restroom with the ring light and everything. This all doesn't come easy. I can be here giving you advice, but if you do not implement it, this is all useless, I tell you what. But now, as I've already told you, my maths mark in grade 11 was 26% in term 1. And then my physics was, I think it's a 50, but I'll link my report, I'll show my report. And then in grade 11, the final exams of grade 11, my maths was 52. It's better than nothing, but it's not enough to qualify for medicine because they want a 60% and I have a 52, right? And then again, my physics was, I think, 50 or 54, one of the two. Again, I'll show the report, right? So now I had to move from being part of those that passed physics to being part of those, if not the one, who is the top learner in that physics and that maths. So now that's where the matric year started, right? Now it's going down. I know my grade 11, I know how it went down. I know my dreams, I know my goals. And I always had to keep myself motivated. I'll tell you what, this one quote, I want you to just stick with it because that's what kept going on in my head each time. You know, like right now, I believe at the time of releasing the video, it's very cold. Gyabanda, you want to study, but it's cold because at 4 a.m., you wake up, you want to study. Ingo was yakbiza. The blankets will call you. It's not easy to wake up. It's not easy, but it has to be done. It has, at the end of the day, it's a night. At the end of the day, it has to be done. Like, if you don't do it, then who will? The point I'm trying to make here is that discipline will take you places that motivation can't. I'll tell you what, you run out of motivation. You run out of motivation. You, like, not everyone has that one person who will keep on waking you up every day saying, yo, listen, you have to study, yo, you have to do this homework. At some point you'll have to learn uthi nawe you need to stand like uzmele, you know, when you have to do something, you have to do something. Discipline will take you places that motivation just cannot take you. So now my grade 11 is passed. My grade 12, here's my grade 12. Now what has to be done? Action, right? I have to take action. So now that's where everything starts. My Afrikaans was always in its 40s. Have I been higher than 15 grade 11 Afrikaans? Sure, I don't know, but I doubt. If I've ever been higher than 50 with Afrikaans, I think it was a 52 in grade 11. But then at the end of the year, this year, grade 12, last year, yeah, at the end of my grade 12 year, I have a distinction in Afrikaans. This all goes to show it's possible. Don't take the quote lightly. Hey, anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Lalela, if you put your mind, body, spirit, and soul, anything is possible. Even the word impossible, if you cut it down, it's I'm possible.
Nice.
So I did what I did, studied every day, when I got home, so now this is where I say you need to know yourself as a person. Know the time that you can study. It doesn't mean that because my friend studies in the middle of the day, then I too can. Because what happened was, so this is how my days will go. I'd go to school, come back at like 5 or 4, depending on the intervention and what time we left for school. And then at that 5 o'clock, since I was a football addict, I still am. I love football. Big ups to Mbappe.
Mbappe, Thuram, Mbappe! Oh wow!
But yeah, what I would do is I would play football for like an hour or so, and then at 6, 6:30, 7, I'll go to sleep. Having not done any homework, I would go to sleep. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you wake up at 12 midnight, you've slept 6 hours. I think that's more than enough for a matriculant. If you're in matric and you still sleep 8 hours, I was doing all this, I was studying every day. At 12, I'm there studying, right? I started 12, I woke up at 12, and mangu 12, sengvukeli scored. I've woken up now, okay, sure, it's the morning. I've woken up and I'll study from that 12 to like 4 to 5, depending on what time I need to be ready for school. Those are so many hours. 4 to 5 hours is enough to do your homeworks and to even study. To do your homework and like there's that one question in your homework that you don't understand. That 4 hours is enough to even go to YouTube, watch a 17-minute, 7-minute, 2-minute, 20-minute, 50 minutes video, which will teach you how to tackle that specific question, how to answer that specific question, how to understand the specific content or concept. Because now, at that time, one thing that I liked about studying at that time of the night is because I know what's in Tangazam's. So it felt, to me, knowing that people my age are sleeping and I'm here studying, it really gave me like that feeling of, boy, just keep going. It'll all make sense one day. Oh, that's legit what I had to do. That's what I was doing every single day. Every single day, I'll do so. And again, I always made sure that I'm not a specialist, right? I didn't want to be a master at physics, a master at maths, right? I wanted to be a thing of, yes, this boy got a full house of distinctions, of which I unfortunately couldn't. I managed to get 6 out of 8 distinctions, unfortunately. But it's fine. I've accepted. It happened. As long as my parents are proud. That was the ultimate goal. But it's fine. So now, what happens is now, what I want to do is I want to keep on going to a point where I'm not only excellent in maths, not only excellent in physics. I'm able to say yes in every subject, bring on the challenge. I can be part of those that are top, if not top. So that's what I kept doing. With my Afrikaans, as I said, I kept getting 40s in grade 11. And I kept improving. My term 1 Afrikaans was in grade 12. Now we're talking about grade 12. My term 1 Afrikaans was 63. Term 2 was 64. Term 3 was 73. Term 4 is a distinction. It's 80 on the dot. Lucky me. I'm pretty sure it was 79.9, but it's fine. As long as it's 80. So now, that's one thing that I always did. So now, again, with the fact that I was always, okay. Keep this in your heads every now and then. You want to be ahead of the pack at all times. I know people say you should keep up with the, no, be ahead. That's what I'm telling you, be ahead. Trust me when I say that. You saw my award ceremony, so I know you, now you know you can trust me. I'm not just talking, I'm not just blabbing. I think I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, trust me. What you want to do is to always be ahead. This thing of being ahead, especially in matric, there's this matric pressure where you always because matric is a very short year. It starts in January, ends in July. And then in July, August, you're writing your prelims. After prelims, 1 week, 2 weeks, boom, you're writing your final exams. There's no rest, there's no chill. So that's why I'm saying, if you're ahead, by the time people at your school, people at your whatever are done, are still going, when the prelims, I'll tell you what, there will always be that one subject, if not every subject in your school, where they're hey, prelims are around the corner and we're not done with the syllabus, we need to get this done, because prelims are provincial. You're not writing your school's paper unless if something happens which really differs with that. But otherwise, prelims are provincial, nationals are national, obviously. But yeah, final exams are national. So your school cannot say, we are not done with this topic, we don't want to write it, unless if again something happens. But it's cool. So now you want to be such that by the time the prelims come, the final exams come, you are just revising your stuff. You know, like people will, when it's 4 weeks, a month or two before prelims, schools are stressing, putting pressure on their kids. Grade 12s, we need to complete this. Oh, and your junior exams are provincial, most of them. Maths has to be provincial, physics is provincial, life science is provincial, economics is provincial, geography is provincial, Afrikaans paper 2 is provincial. What about English paper 2? No. Maths Lit is provincial, business studies is provincial. So your school doesn't choose what they want to write. You have to write unless if the department states it again. What you want to do is you always want to be ahead, right? Such that when they put in pressure on the grade 12s, when they're like, grade 12s, hey, we need to finish in 4 weeks, we need to finish in 3 mang, and the prelims are here, and you're not taking it seriously, I'm stressed on behalf of you. What are you doing? Going through past papers, doing your own things at your own time. When I was in grade 12, term 3, I wasn't attending life sciences because I asked my teacher, sir, since I finished the syllabus in term 2, may I please attend maths instead of attending life sciences? So I had 2 maths lessons. So when I go to the other maths teacher, I would learn something that my teacher did not speak about. So that's where, again, the benefits of always being ahead come in, right? And then again, in my physics class, I would never be part of the class, like concentrating and listening and learning with the class, because I was done with the syllabus by early term 3. I was done with the syllabus. So now all I was doing was revising, doing past papers. So I wasn't part of the class in physics class. I was sitting at the back, had my headphones on, eating every time and stuff. And what was I doing in the meantime? I wasn't just chilling. I was like doing my Afrikaans, doing my English, doing my maths, doing my geography, doing my religion studies. So that's what you want to do. When you have time, exploit it. Another thing that I'd really recommend, any grade, not just matric, not just grade 11. When you find yourself with time at school, use that time, right? So let's say, for example, you have 7 periods. Period 4, the teacher is absent. You don't want to be chilling with your friends and telling each other lies. Try to complete the homework that you got in period 1, period 2. Because by the time you get to school, by the time you get home rather, you'll be stressless. The only thing, you have no homeworks. The only thing you have to do is study. And that's if you wish to. But because I said so, you have to study. You have to study, right? So now, I think those are all they're not all. But yeah, those are the benefits of always being ahead of the pack. Like always, you need to have your exam guidelines. The exam guidelines tell you what you need to know. I think they're also called ATPs, assessment something program. It's fine. ATPs I even gotten in maths where it says this week you need to complete this this topic, this week you need to complete probability, next week trigonometry, next week this part of, so you can do that by yourself. You know, okay, next week this is the topic that we're doing with the class, and then you already start with it. You start at home, you watch your YouTube videos, you do everything, such that by the time you're supposed to do that with the class, when the teacher is explaining, you already know what's happening. It's only a matter of picking up something that you either didn't understand, or you're just hearing something that the YouTuber or the other teacher who taught you didn't say, and you're like, oh, right, we want to be part of that team, right? So yeah, that's what you do. You always want to be ahead. You always want to be doing your work, studying, knowing how you study, knowing what time you study best, and knowing what type of a learner you are. It shouldn't be a matter of following the pack, and since your friends study at this time, then you also study at this time. Unless if it's a study group thing. Oh, and again, this thing of studying with groups, it helps. It helps very much. Group sessions really rescued my life science marks and stuff. Because I tell you what, there's something that you don't know that someone else knows. Like there are things I didn't know, like for argument's sake, grade 12, life science. I didn't know that. For those who do life science, maybe they can relate. I didn't know that tRNA has uracil until I was told by someone from a neighboring school. So if I hadn't gone to that study thing, when I was writing my June exams, I wouldn't have known that. That would be me minusing 15 marks from myself. Simply because of that one thing that I didn't know, that someone explained and that person showed me notes. And then when I went to pass papers, like, oh, damn, she's actually right. And I was like, hey, but most my teacher didn't. And then I realized, no, my teacher actually said it, I just wasn't listening. So going to these study things where you have like people who, like, you're all helping each other, right? You shouldn't be part of a study session where you are the guru. You're the only one who's like you're the one handling the strings and stuff. You should go to a type of study session where one of your friends is good at maths, another is good at physics, the other is a guru at Afrikaans, the other one is a beast at geography. Niyahlangana. The one who teaches maths. The one who's a guru at geography tells you, this is what you do, this is what you do. Group sessions again, they really saved my geography again. Even geography, I didn't know that you can integrate your two maps, orthophoto, topographic. Had I not gone to a study session, I wouldn't have known those things. So just dibanisa your friends, nothing fancy, no need to go to a McDonald's and do that. You can go to one of your houses, you study, you start going. At the end of the day, as a country, you will all be writing the same exam paper. So what he knows and tells you, whatever their teacher told them, and whatever your teacher told you, if you mix it, at the end of the day, the teachers were preparing you for the same exam. So you can do these study tips, these study groups rather, with someone who is from another school, of which I highly recommend, being it someone from a different school, right? And again, you need to be willing to learn. You need to be willing to be assisted. You can be the top learner in your school, you can be the top learner in your district, but I tell you what, you don't know everything. There is something that this person who you see as a level something knows that you don't know, and you'll be surprised to hear it from them. So whenever a friend or someone voices up something, it's like, oh yeah, but isn't it that this, don't be too arrogant. If you're wrong, accept defeat, take an L and move away. Because at the end of the day, you might find that you go to an exam, that person who told you whatever it is, you find that thing that they were saying in the exam and you get it right because of them. So you need to be willing to learn. You need to be willing to accept help from other people. You can't be part of a study group thing when you're not willing to listen to others, because I tell you what, in a study thing, you might find yourselves testing each other. Okay, guys, must part in the test. You start writing, you start going. Okay, the test is going. And then when y'all are marking each other's scripts, and then you find that you got this question wrong, but the whole time you thought it was right. And the next thing, keep your textbook, they show you backslash. Textbook, the textbook is not always accurate, the textbook is not always past paper, memo. Look, the next thing you end up insulting people's sons and daughters simply because of arrogance, ignorance. Always be willing to learn from others. Always ask for help. There is nothing that kills people more than pride. Pride. If you see this girl, this guy, they're good with maths, they're good at geography, ask this person, hey, how do you do it? Whatever they tell you, I tell you what, it can help, it will do you the world of good. But then again, just to close off this video now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all my matric results. So in matric, I got 6 distinctions. My highest mark was physics, being a 91%. So my physics shifted from 40s and 50s to a 91%. My maths shifted from 26% to an 86 at the end of matric. But in term 1 matric, my maths was 91. And then my physics, which was 40s in grade 11, in term 1 matric, it was 88. Good shot. It was 88. This, I don't know if you can see the trophy there. I think it's visible. The trophy that I have here, NSC 2022 Top Achiever Physical Sciences, AM KOKETSO 91%. So yeah, that's an award, a trophy that I got for my physics. And on the previous vlog that I just posted a few days, if not yesterday, depending on when you watch this video, I got an award for the same Afrikaans that I just wasn't even getting a 50 for. People, Afrikaans is not that deep. There's always hope. I remember telling someone, Niti, there's still hope for Afrikaans. Hey, I've accepted ukuthi for me, 40, 60, 50 is a distinction for Afrikaans. There is no way. If the subject was impossible, it wouldn't even be made a subject in the first place. If it was there to make learners fail, it wouldn't even be in the matric curriculum. You must remember, the government wants us to pass. That's why their exams are so easy. But yeah, people, I hope this video really motivated you. Me telling my story time of how in grade 11 I was performing and how my grade 12 went and how I did what I did. I hope it really motivated, even if it motivated 2 people. I'm glad, like I'm very glad. But yeah, please, now we've reached the end of the video, so don't forget to like, comment what you want to see in another video, because you can see I'm fulfilling video promises. Someone asked me for a video, I did that as soon as possible, which is now. So comment what you want to see in the next video and I will make that happen. And please do subscribe. Subscribe. Do the right thing and subscribe. Subscribe. But here, that was Koketso, and thank you for watching and engaging with I Am Koketso, and I will see you in another video. Peace.